it, so we're off to Belvedere. Yes, it's goodbye to old Jay Harder, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me. Yes, it's goodbye to old Jay Harder, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to a late edition of the Hardcore FM podcast show. I'm your host, as usual, Hardcore Declan, of course. And I want to, I was supposed to do it last night, and I didn't get a chance. I was too tired. But I want to talk about me trip to Dublin yesterday. I had a fantastic day yesterday in the Big Smoke, and we're gonna play a couple of short videos. A couple of sites I viewed in Dublin, not all of them, and basically talk about the real name of O'Connell Street before it was called O'Connell Street. Also, we'll be talking about the GPO, the history of that, and also we will be talking about the Spur, and also Collins's Barracks. So. What an amazing day to first of all to start off the show. What an amazing day it was yesterday. It was blue skies. It was for November. It was like a summer's day yesterday in Dublin City. I must have picked a good time to go up to Dublin. I haven't been in Dublin in a very, very long time. But we went to a couple of museums. Sorry, one museum. Sorry, apologise. Um, the next time there is a couple of others that I want to cover. Commandum Jail. I will do Commandum Jail in my next visit. Didn't get around. I wanted to do the GPO museum, but just didn't get around to that. I will do it on my own the next time I'm up. I had a couple of friends with me, so they weren't interested. So I said, right, okay. But this is obviously my journey to Dublin. Of course, I'm going to play a couple of shorts. Of course, my journey from not all the way. I just kind of documented parts of my journey to Dublin, and the journey starts. Well, technically, it started in Virginia, but I only done a short from Kells, so my journey kind of starts from Kells. Now, my journey started from somewhere else onto Virginia into Kells. Obviously I'm not going to give you my location now, where my journey began, but the journey starts in Kells, and this was a short yesterday morning, around maybe 8 o'clock recorded, and this is the short. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to one of my shorts. I'm arrived in Kells. As I said, I'll be on all day, on and off, doing some shorts. But I'm arrived in Kells on the way to Dublin. Hopefully we'll meet you there in Dublin, guys. Please jump in. I'll do a live in Dublin later on. Tell you the history about some of the streets. But we're in Kells now, guys. Hello, Kells. So that was me in Kells. Now, obviously, the story about Kells is the famous Book of Kells. Obviously, the original Book of Kells is in Trinity College, but there is a copy of the Book of Kells. Now, I didn't get a chance to document, tell you the story about Kells on the short, as I was on the bus, because I was initially going to go to Kells first and then tell you the story about Kells. But obviously, the Book of Kells originated from Kells in Trinity College right now, and obviously there is a replica copy, as far as I'm aware, in the church of Kells. Now, I've never seen the replica copy of the Book of Kells, so that's kind of the only possibly famous thing that Kells is of the Book of Kells. So that was one of the towns I went through. Then we will go on to. Uh, I was in Dublin at this stage. We went on to Finglas, and I will tell you um, two iconic people that come from Finglas. It will actually say in the short video the two people that came from Finglas, and obviously I will say, but this was in Finglas. Ladies and gentlemen, just an update on me journey to Dublin. Just hit Finglas now. On the way to me mates. And I will go live in a bit. There's the legendary frontman Aslan, singer Christy Dignam, the late Christy Dignam, originally from her, and also Brendan O'Carroll from Mrs. Brown's Boys. So I'm officially going into Finglas with only filming other people, but this is me journey all the way up to Dublin. So, hi Finglas, how's things? So, of course, I hit Finglas in Dublin, County Dublin, and obviously two famous people from Finglas. Of course, the legendary lead frontman singer Christy Dignam from Aslan that passed away back in the summer time, and of course the the legendary Brendan O'Carroll from Mrs. Brown. Now, Brendan O'Carroll obviously done stand-up comedian as well, and obviously he wrote the Mrs. Brown's books, and then ended up making a series out of it. So two legends. Obviously, unfortunately, Christy Dignam obviously passed away just the summer gone, 2023. So they're two famous people from Finglas. So we will move on to the next part, which is of course Glasnevin Cemetery, and we will tell you who is buried there. Ladies and gentlemen, just passing a historic graveyard, Glasnevin Cemetery, and obviously the main man, famous person that's buried there, obviously the lads from 1916 Lewison. Ladies and gentlemen, just passing Glasnevin Cemetery. I actually missed it. Do apologise, but famous people from the 1916 Lewison are buried there. Just around that wall. But the famous man that I think of in my riddle is Michael Collins. So just hitting Glasnevin now, guys. So obviously the history of Glasnevin Cemetery. Obviously, sorry guys, there was a call coming in there as I was doing the short video, so I do apologise if there was a phone ring. So the history of Glasnevin Cemetery. Obviously, a lot of famous people buried in Glasnevin, but I'm touching on the 1916. There's a part in the cemetery where the 1916 Rising people like Pádraig Pearse, people like Robert Emmet, and so on, James Connolly, and so on. Sorry, guys, I can't remember. I'm like literally, it's late now. So, but just a few of them: Pádraig Pearse, Robert Emmet, James Connolly, and so on. Obviously, Harry Boland is buried there as well. That was actually Michael Collins' right hand man. Eamon de Valera is also buried there. We're not going to touch on Eamon de Valera, but the main man we're going to touch on is Michael Collins. Obviously, as everybody knows, Michael Collins, a famous rebel, fought for our country, got our country the way it is today, our own republican, our own independence. And it's a shame that we don't have our own Independence Day uh, you know, which because obviously we're independent since 1922. So it's a shame that we don't have our own independence. We don't. Well, we do have our own independence, but we don't celebrate Independence Day. But of course, we're not going to be like American. We're not like American people. But typical. Americans just like grab every holiday they can get. But anyway, we're not touching on American people. But anyway, Michael Collins, probably I'd actually call him a revolutionist as well. He fought for our country, he died for our country. Obviously, he was assassinated, but he basically he lived for our country and died for our country. So he was a man that I looked up to always. So happy days. So that's the man I always looked up to. So but so now we move on to when I actually hit Dublin city centre, and boy, God, I was excited because I haven't been in Dublin probably in a couple of years. But this is me getting excited in Dublin. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it to Dublin, O'Connell Street. Now, later on, I'll be telling you the story about O'Connell Street, and because it used to be a different name. And there you see, down there, we go down there later on, the GPO, of course, some famous historic building, of course, with the 1916 rising. We will also be telling you the story about the GPO and O'Connell Street, its old name, and so on. But we've finally made it, Dublin. So, guys, please, we got here. We finally made it to Dublin. We will be going over to the GPO over there in a bit, and I'll go live telling you the story. We might take a trip inside and go to the museum. We'll see what the story is. But please, hope you enjoy these short videos, guys. So that was me arriving in Dublin, and as you can hear, my voice was all gone weird there. I'm so excited because I was meeting up with two good friends of mine. But anyway, O'Connell Street. O'Connell Street, obviously, at one stage, and not many people knows about O'Connell Street. People think it's just it's O'Connell Street. It's it's the main street. It is the main street, but O'Connell Street originally was actually called Saxfeld Street, would you believe it or not? So not many. Even I asked my mother yesterday; she didn't even know O'Connell Street was